Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Sports Card Investigator. Look, I know you want answers. I don't have all the answers, but what I do have is a particular set of skills I have acquired over a long career, skills that I believe will be beneficial to you. So if you hit the subscribe and like button, that'll be all. I will not pursue you to put an end to this. However, if you do not, I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm a retired DEA guy. I got no juice anymore. Anyway guys, welcome to another episode of the Sports Investigator. Today I'm going to talk about something that people have asked me about. It's what impact will the PSA increase on bulk submissions have? And it's a great question. Thought a lot about it, and I think I can give you some insight. Before I forget, real quick housekeeping. In my first episode, when I went over about how we look at players and different price points, cost analysis, things of all, of that nature, I mentioned Ja Morant base mosaic. He's been on a steady decline. So right now on eBay, when I was looking before I came down to talk to you guys, he was $20. All right. So is he a buy now? I think he is. At the time of the first episode, he was under $20. I mean, $16, $18. I picked up a bunch that were around $15, $16. I looked today, and now he's starting to inch up. He's hovering around $22, $23 for a base mosaic. Still not horrible from his high of about $42, but starting to edge up, especially if, knock wood, we're looking for them to get back into the playoffs, which I also talked about in the first episode. But with that said, he's still a decent buy in my opinion for all the reasons I said in the last episode, but he is starting to creep up a bit. Okay, let's talk about the new price increase with PSA. As you guys are aware, PSA, and if you're not, I'll tell you, PSA has something called a bulk submission. They call it value now. And what I'm going to specifically talk about is those cards that are called ultra modern, 2017 to present, 2020. And in the old price points, those cards were, I believe, on 3 different tiers. You had between 50 to 100, 100 to 200, and 200 plus. And it ranged from $9 a submission from 50 to 100, and then I believe $8.50 and $8, something like that. But they just changed the prices, where now when you're ultra modern, 50 to 100 cards is $15 a card, and above 100 is $11 or $12 a card. So 15 and 12, quite an increase, 30%. So people have asked, what impact do you think that's going to be on the industry? Well, couple things come to mind right away. First off, you're going to really have to be selective on those cards that you send in for the value grading, because it may not be cost effective. And what I mean by that is, let's take an example. Let's take a PJ Washington base card. And I like PJ. I mean, PJ's a popular player, and some guys think he's got a future. So, you may want to throw a couple in for grading, or whatever the case may be. So PJ Washington base card, you could have picked up for $3 or $4 a card. So a few months ago, even cheaper, and he fluctuates, right? So you spend the $15 to get him graded, if you're going from the 50 to 100, and he comes back as a PSA 10. Great. Those PSA 10s are averaging about $40 to $45. So you take that $15 or $15 off your $45, you're down to $30. You take the price of the card, you might be down to $24, $25, $26, give or take. Shipping, eBay fees, I think you're going to get a $20 profit, right? Isn't bad. Take it on a card, $20, right? If he comes back a 9, PSA 9s are selling for $14. So right off the bat, if it's a $15 grade, you're losing money, right? If it's a $12 grade, you're still losing money. So these cards, I used to call them, or I do call them cusp cards, where I would throw them in because, you know, people want to grade them because they think, you know, they have a possibility. I have to really rethink that now because they could be a losing proposition. And, you know, if you have a great eye and you can look at it and you're at that 80-90% range where they're going to come back at 10, you may want to take that chance. I'm going to have to reevaluate cards that I send in because you're looking, literally, you don't want to lose money on a sale. And I think depending on the situation, you obviously will be losing money if those cards don't come back. Those cusp cards, those cards that, you know, are in that $50, $60, $70 range, if they come back 10s, great. If they come back as 9s, you're going to lose money. I was also asked, how's it going to affect those guys that do submissions for you? I was looking into that a little bit, and of course, these guys are great, and they're great at what they do, but they're going to have to raise their price too. So I noticed yesterday on a specific individual who is a great reputation, who submits cards for people, and he must do thousands of cards, you know, a quarter or a month or however they do it. He raised his prices from $11 to $14. So now you're going to be paying $14 to have a card submitted through a third party. The advantage that you have from doing this, especially if you're really not that great, or you're not comfortable, or you're not confident in picking what a PSA 10 would be, then, you know, these guys look at the card, they actually clean the card, and they'll send the card back to you if they don't think it has a shot at a 10 or a minimum grade of 9. Minimum grade of 9, as we said, may be a loser, you know, as far as money, but at least they're going to give you that best attempt. But it's still a gamble because you're going to have to pay them the $14. So keep that in mind. The other question I was asked is, why is PSA doing it? And, you know, the obvious reason would be to make more money, right? Well, I think that obviously that plays into it because everything's about making money. But the thing that I really believe is that PSA is trying to find their sweet spot to where they can, you know, keep the integrity of their grade, where the grades hold value, and at the same time cut down on the volume of cards coming in, because they have hundreds of thousands of cards waiting to be graded, if not close to 1 million cards waiting to be graded in that bulk scenario. So this will cut down on the submissions, I believe. It will increase the value of cards, because obviously if less are going out, then there'll be more in demand of those cards that people want, if that makes sense. So that's it. Quick episode. Wanted to explain my thoughts on PSA and the increase for the ultra modern value submissions. Please, you know, hit that subscribe and like button. I enjoy doing this for you guys. I hope that you guys get something out of it. I'll be back for more information and tips along the way. One thing I want to mention, there's two guys out there that I follow and I have a, you know, very good relationship with, as far as them knowing the industry right now, and that is Jordan at Sports Card _analytics. He's one of the best minds in this industry that no one knows of yet, but you guys will. And also Chris, and he is at Hoops Prospector. This guy's an awesome writer. He'll give you insight to injuries on players. Great basketball mind. So at Sports Card _analytics and at Hoops Prospector. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to get back and give you some more information, more tips. And until then, have a great rest of your day.